Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, aka Storm, and we're back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard in the Blackwood DLC. How's everybody doing today? I hope you all are doing well. We are going to continue forward with the main quest today, and if you notice, we're not where we left off last time. I had to do an endeavor on this character. Because the place where I had to do the quest was controlled by the Pact, and I don't have another character from the Pact that's ready to be able to do stuff like that, so he had to jump in and do it. That's going to change here soon. I'm currently working on building up a Pact character so I can use that character for that stuff, but it's going to be a bit before that character is ready to do anything serious. So we're going to head up to Blood Run Cave, where we have 3 different quests to do. Farmer's Nook? Yeah, we're riding through Farmer's Nook currently, which is where we did the quest with alchemy last week. Oh hey, there's a Deadlands portal. Well, we're not doing that today. I've dilly and dallied long enough. Today we're gonna... Oh, I need to switch out which companion I'm using. Well, now we'll continue to use Miri, it's fine. I could get experience for Bastion. I should probably get experience for Bastion. Collections. Allies, companions, Bastion. It's free experience for Bastion. There's really no reason not to bring him out. Sorry I didn't do Pokemon Sword or Final Fantasy XIV. This weekend's just been really busy. Got white bean soup cooking for dinner today, and we are going to play ESO for the full amount of time today, unless something happens between now and then. Get back here, Bastion. Hold on, let's change your outfit. There you go. All dragon guarded up. There it is, Blood Red Cave, where we're going to do 3 quests back to back to back. Also get the Sky Shard and beat the boss. And we should hit 1323 today too.
Uncertainty.
During the stream.
Fear. You look quite capable. Might I be able to recruit you to help me? This place was once an honorable tomb for fallen members of the Dark Brotherhood. But now it houses a perversion of death. The cycle, which devours all, has been corrupted here.
What do you mean?
I belong to the clutch of Niswo. I came to this place to perform last rites for 3 well-respected shadow scales entombed here. But I was chased out by a necromancer called Tuma Mazath, who seeks to disturb their remains for selfish purposes.
Disturbing the remains?
Yes. When I arrived here, he had already raised many shadow scale bodies to fight for him. In order to spare the 3 I came to perform last rites upon from this fate, I must destroy their skeletons. Will you help? I can pay you for your services.
I'll help you destroy the remains of the 3 shadow scales.
The remains of these renowned shadow scales deserve the peaceful emptiness of the void. Destruction must pass before creation and change can begin anew. Hurry. We must find the remains inside the cave and destroy them.
Why burn the remains?
While it is true that the souls of these shadow scales returned to the Hist long ago, their remains still deserve peace. Their bones need not become puppets to a madman drunk on power. Burning them is the only way to prevent that.
Why are these shadow scales so important?
They were closer to Sithis than most, each powerful in their own right, buried here to honor their path and life, which is why I came here to begin with. But when Tuma Mazath disinterred them for his own gain, he dishonored their remains.
What's the clutch of ESO?
We have also been called Nothing Speakers. We are a fellowship that honors Sithis and the truths of the Void. We all speak different words, but our purpose follows those lessons. One must first apprentice under a mentor before joining our ranks.
Do all ESO perform last rites for fallen shadow scales?
Each Niswo is different. I choose to honor Sithis by ensuring that the unavoidable truths, such as fear, death, darkness, and change, are not compromised.
Didn't I already ask this? Why do you need to burn the shadow?
While it is true that
Oh, yeah, so we're good to go. Alright, Bastion, keep your wits about you. Blood-Run Cave. Delve. The Dark Brotherhood has many roosts. Like birds, we seldom nest in them for long, and when we fly, we leave them forever changed. Ilum Dorlus.
Time is a force of change.
Glad
We
you
should
made
hurry.
it. I wasn't looking forward to going much deeper without you.
Hey, Evely.
So this is Blood-Run Cave, huh? Creepy. You go on ahead. I'll follow behind you. Make sure nothing tries to ambush us. I'll catch up farther in.
How are we supposed to find the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary?
Check the letter you found. It said something about a door located deeper inside the cave. And there was a strange line about death being the key, whatever that means. Go on. I'll follow along shortly.
Okay. Let's go.
Tuma Mazath already uncovered the remains. Quickly, destroy them. May these bones find the emptiness of the life.
No, get out of my way.
The day is ours. Sheath your weapons. The battle is won.
Do I have my ring and the pelter equipped? I better make sure I do. Yes, okay. Greetings.
Tuma Mazath will not have these remains. All that is created must eventually be destroyed, and then renewed. The cycle is unbroken.
Victory is cruel, made their
Let's keep
choices.
going.
So be it.
You're gonna help evilly, or you're just gonna talk about the undead? I would appreciate help. Because Bastion's only level 9, he's not doing a whole bunch. There we go, that's 1223. There it is.
The skull of this shadow scale is missing. I think I know why. The piece of destruction. We successfully destroyed almost all of the remains, but the shadow scale with the missing skull is cause for concern. I believe those remains once
Ajum
belonged
Shi?
to a shadow scale who was said to have plucked out his own eye and sealed a powerful necromantic gem within the socket. It granted him the power to see lost spirits. Tuma Mazath must have taken it in order to conduct his ritual.
What do we do?
If I am correct, we must locate Tuma Mazath's ritual site. If he used the skull and the gem inside to power his ritual, it should be nearby. We must make sure to destroy the skull and finish our work. Let us hurry before the chance is lost.
How does Ajum Shi's gem help Tuma Melix?
I am not certain, but I believe Tuma Mazath either knew about the gem previously, or sensed its power when he unearthed Ajum Shay's remains. The necromantic properties of such a gem would likely be a great strengthening agent to any ritual.
How can we be sure the skull will still be nearby?
A ritual of this magnitude would take time to prepare. Tuma Mazath would need to find a place to ready the necessary components and use the skull as a focal point. Should we find the rituals?
Of course, the enemies respawn while I'm Bastion. What am I paying you for?
Always ready to help.
What, I'm not paying you? Oh, I guess that's right, I'm not.
Huzzah!
The skull must be here somewhere.
You definitely will not be seeing a bonus in your Christmas stocking, though.
That must be Ajum Shay's skull.
Scott was choosing to remain still. Underestimating you was their last mistake.
It is done. Praise Sithis the Changer.
Nope, that's not where I want to go.
That creepy black door. That's gotta be the entrance to the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. I doubt it's as simple as turning a knob, because that door doesn't have one. Let me see that letter you found again. Wasn't there something about a key?
Here you go.
Gutted, untold danger, long trek, clear out. Ah! Here it is. And remember, death, my brother. That's the key.
How is that the key?
I don't know. Maybe it's a passphrase? I've read about things like that in some of my mystery novels. Go knock on the door or something and see what happens. Go ahead. See if that passphrase opens the black door.
Hey, M Sharp, welcome to the stream. Death, my brother. The black door. We're in the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary.
You're looking for your murderer? Well, you've come to the wrong place, my friends.
We found the black hands beside every body.
Must I say it again? You've been duped, and the Dark Brotherhood has been set up to take the blame. Haven't we had this conversation already? The Dark Brotherhood didn't murder those counselors. I have no quarrel with you, and you none with me. Now turn around and leave before you force me to do something you will definitely regret.
If you didn't kill the counselors, Leywin demands to know what you're doing in Blackwood.
Leywin demands, does it? Very well. This sanctuary belongs to the Dark Brotherhood. It has for a very long time. I have been given the joyous task of reopening it. I assure you, we're a business. We have no designs on Leywin or the counselors.
If not the Dark Brother, then who's murdering the counselors?
Obviously some enemy of the counselors who wants to confuse you. Throw suspicion on the Dark Brotherhood.
Well, that doesn't look
Chasing
good.
after shadows while they accomplish whatever it is they hope to do. Perhaps we can work together to... What?
Watch out!
Now what? Cultists, portaling in. Quickly, secure the sanctuary.
That's the Order of the Waking Flame. What are they doing here? Come on, we need to figure out what's going on.
I guess we're helping save the Dark Brotherhood, as, like, wrong as that sounds.
This can't be a coincidence. Did the Waking Flame cultists follow us here?
Oblivion, take you!
Hello, Waking Flame. Your death has arrived in the form of a lizard.
That was easy.
Nah, Elim Drake won't die like that. He's a quest-giving NPC for the Dark Brotherhood. They can't kill him off. Especially if you haven't done the Dark Brotherhood quest line. It would make absolutely no sense for him to be alive if they killed him off.
The Waking Flame is definitely trying to occupy this sanctuary. But why?
Yeah, blame it on the dragon breaks, lol. You say I died in Leywin? What are you smoking, Initiate? I assure you I am not dead.
No remorse. Fall back. Close the portals. Warn the High Priest.
Oh, I think not. All right. What were we discussing before they so rudely interrupted us? I assume this will satisfy your masters in Leywin. The Dark Brotherhood is not your enemy. The Order of the Waking Flame invaded our sanctuary and killed my brothers and sisters. I can't let them get away with that.
Why would cultists attack the sanctuary?
Seems to me the cultists didn't want you talking to me. Didn't want you hearing me tell you for the 100th time.
I'll be right
The
back,
Dark
sorry.
Brotherhood didn't kill those counselors. If you ask me, those are your murderers. The Order of the Waking Flame.
Okay, sorry about that. My brother was using me to help settle an argument between himself and his girlfriend, so I apologize. The cultists do seem to be after the same thing Evilly and I am looking for.
Opportunity and motive. Look, I don't know what that may be, and I don't want to know. But I do want to step through this portal and stick my dagger in their high priest's throat. Care to come along?
I'll go with you into the portal.
Good. Now you'll see how a Dark Brotherhood assassin deals with unsanctioned targets. And please notice that I won't be dropping any notes or leaflets along the way. Come on. Let's go before the portal closes.
I won't be dropping any leaflets or notes along the way.
I'll inform Captain Rianne and Councillor Leviticus about the cult.
And lo, did the Sanchalil gaze into the sky and find their fates tied to that of the stars. Forevermore the great cities proclaimed, here is the blessed prisms shall find their dwelling place, Turariel, tongue of the wild elves. Alright.
Ruin. Not the worst place for a Daedric cult to hide out. Let's look around. Oh, looks like I'm not the only one who leaves important papers lying about. Give that a read, why don't you?
The Wood Elf Archer has been a problem since Blackdrake Villa. She and her friends are getting too close to learning the truth of Leovic's secret, and they continue to interfere with our efforts to gain possession of the Four Ambitions. Putting them on the trail of the Dark Brotherhood worked for a while. We brought ourselves time now to finish this. As your High Priest, I command you to follow them to the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary, recover the cache Leovic hid in the ruins, and kill them all, assassins and Leywin mercenaries alike. And once the Wood Elf is dead, see if she still carries the sacred book. I want that tome.
Their High Priest actually ordered them to kill us.
Yeah, you gotta be kind of stupid to try to assassinate the Dark Brotherhood. Even the Morag Tong aren't that stupid. Even though the Morag Tong and the Dark Brotherhood absolutely hate each other.
Better hang on to that.
Oops, I'm supposed to be upstairs. It really is a terrible idea, yeah, right? But that's just how overconfident the Waking Flame has gotten in all their years of unchallenged in all their years of being unchallenged, and they think they can do anything they want, including like take on the Dark Brotherhood. That's the Dark Handprint.
A close approximation of our calling card, but that entire pile is obviously a forgery. So the Order of the Waking Flame killed your counselors and placed the blame on the Dark Brotherhood. Then their High Priest sent his followers to kill us. Care to enlighten me as to what this is actually all about now?
We think that the murders have something to do with the secret of the Longhouse Emperors.
All this fuss and bother over an old Imperial secret? Let's review what we learned. The High Priest of the Order of the Waking Flame sent cultists to the Sanctuary to eliminate both my Dark Brotherhood assassins and you and the Wood Elf.
And that pile of black handprints over there is evidence that they were trying to blame you for the murders.
Obviously the cult has someone watching you. They knew exactly when to attack, certain we'd all be in the Sanctuary. Plus, they were after some cache hidden there.
Are you suggesting that Miru's Dagon cult has spies on... Ah, darn it, I hate it when that happens. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking to somebody. God. I gotta go back to this whole conversation thing again. Are you suggesting that the Miru's Dagon cult has spies in Leowin Castle?
I'm not suggesting anything. Just following the clues. If the cultists are Dagonists, then their High Priest is probably a true fanatic. This secret must be pretty important, and most likely pertains to death and destruction. Let's keep searching.
Good idea.
Let's see if something deeper inside this ruin points us to the identity of the cult's High Priest. Figure out who they are, and you may learn more about this secret than you ever imagined. Oh, and you still have that amulet. It might come in handy.
Why are you so interested in figuring out who their High Priest is?
Because I owe them for besmirching the good reputation of the Dark Brotherhood and for ordering the deaths of my brothers and sisters. And because now, I'm curious. It's like
Yeah, he gets like that. This is all just a major inconvenience for him. And now it's personal. Do you know anything about the cache mentioned in the Dark Priest's orders?
No. The orders suggested it was placed in the sanctuary after we abandoned it the first time. We hadn't finished reopening the place, and I hadn't run across any hidden caches. Another mystery, I suppose. Let's keep looking.
Okay. Hello, my fellow players. There's several of them going through that area. Woohoo! Whippy!
This door looks impressive. Let's see what's on the other side.
Courage brings victory.
Over here. Voices.
We failed to kill all the assassins, and the Wood Elf and the mercenary are still alive.
Yes. The High Priest isn't going to be happy about that, but we retrieved the cache hidden in the old sanctuary.
With the contents of the cache, the High Priest should be able to determine where to find the first ambition.
Agreed. And we will soon have the location of another one of the ambitions. As just another Imperial counselor, the High Priest has them all fooled.
Now that's something new. What do you think?
Yep. The enemy is in our ranks.
Sometimes listening provides the answers we seek. It seems their High Priest is actually one of your counselors. That explains how they knew your movements. And they found whatever they were looking for in the sanctuary.
Right, sounds like they know where to find one of the ambitions too from Leovik's secret.
I'd rather not know any more about this damn secret. It's cursed. But did you see how they opened that portal? They used their amulet on the pedestal. You still have the one we found? Let's find another pedestal and see if we can follow them.
Alrighty. Motouka.
Keep looking. We need to find a pedestal like the one those cultists used. That pedestal looks promising. Let's talk before you try to open a portal.
How can I help?
This may work. It may not. We may open a portal that takes us to the cultists, or we may open one to some dark and deadly corner of oblivion. Still, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So, ready to try something daring?
I'm ready. What do you suggest? What would you suggest?
It looked to me like the cultists used their amulet on the pedestal and opened a portal. Examine the pedestal and see if there's a place to fit the amulet. These Dagonist fools think they've gotten the better of us. Let's prove them wrong. out if leaping into it turns out to be a good or bad idea.
Usually it's a bad idea just to jump in random portals. Investigate the shrine chamber. Districts is Zensora. The time of the four ambitions is almost upon us. We must accelerate our efforts, or decades of planning will amount to naught. Emperor Leovic hid the ambitions and was killed before he could inform me of their locations. But he left clues in various hidden caches throughout the empire. We can also ferret out the proportions of the secret that my fellow counselors are aware of before we execute them. And yes, they must die to preserve the secret of the Longhouse Emperors. We will blame the Dark Brotherhood for their murders, thus deflecting suspicion from the Order of the Waking Flames for as long as possible. Besides, I have recently learned that one of Leovic's caches is hidden in their former Blackwood Sanctuary. Seek out the best acolytes. Kill Steward Falun Lupus and Counselor Abor, Philora, Antilia, Jurek, and Sophus. We may need to murder Leviticus as well. The former chief counselor is too smart for his own good and may realize what is happening and act against us before we can secure the four ambitions. I shall also plan an attack against myself, one that will be foiled but will further implicate the Dark Brotherhood. Remember, do not contact me. I shall contact you. Nothing must reveal my true nature until the appropriate moment. In the name of the Lord of Fire and Blood, High Priest Valendicia. That arsehole.
Vandacia is the Order's High Priest. I knew I disliked the man the moment he had me beaten.
I already had word sent to the Exalted High Priest. The Steward and 3 of the counselors are dead. Only Counselor Antinia eludes us, as the counselor is not currently in the province of Blackwood. I have also sent the documents we uncovered to the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. With that, the information, the High Priest should have no trouble determining locations of the first of the four ambitions. Moreover, I have ordered the attack on Leowin Castle. Soon the documents kept by the other counselors will be ours, and the location of all the ambitions will be revealed. Now I must step out and deal with the pests that have entered the ruins. I think we've been followed from the sanctuary. I look forward to showing them the true power of the faithful of the Prince of Disaster can bring to bear when necessary.
We're too late. The location of the ambition was sent to the High Priest. What was that about an attack on Leowin Castle? So, now I know who needs to die for this grave insult to the Dark Brotherhood. Counselor Vandacia, the High Priest of the Waking Flame. But what do you make of that journal entry about the first ambition and an attack on Leowin Castle?
They sent whatever they found to Vandacia and apparently ordered the cultists to attack Leowin.
They got what they were after, and now they're sending their forces to kill the rest of the counselors. With the other counselors dead, Vandacia will be the only person who knows the secret of the Longhouse Emperors.
It's more than that. Leviticus has documents that reveals locations of the remaining ambitions. And
Vandacia will do everything in his power to get his hands on those documents. I suppose your course is clear. You need to return to Leowin Castle as quick as you can.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to stick around and deal with a few more of these Waking Flame cultists. Still have a little anger to work off after that attack on my sanctuary. I suggest you return to Leowin Castle with all due haste.
You won't come with me to defend the counselors?
I'm an assassin, not a soldier. I've done my part. Now go do yours. When I'm finished here, if Vandacia is still alive, well, then we'll see what we shall see.
Yeah, I'm sure he would love to have a chance to stab the High Priest.
That portal should take you back toward the exit, or to some terrible plane of oblivion. One or the other.
Well, it's a 50-50 coin flip. I'm going to try for entrance instead of horrible plane of oblivion, but you never know. This definitely doesn't look like a horrible plane of Oblivion, so. Woohoo! Swinging blades. Why is it always swinging blades?
The day will be ours.
Well, most of the planes of Oblivion are horrible. To be fair.
That's the last of them.
I can't wait until we're actually going to get another plane of Oblivion as a playable zone. It's going to be so great because they actually revealed that the Deadlands is going to be where we're going. So we're going to have an entire zone in the Deadlands next update. I'm looking forward to it. No, Deadlands. That's Mater's Dagon. I think Malacanth's is called the Cauldron, or the Bloody Forge, maybe. Yeah. Now this entire year is dedicated to Mater's Dagon. Now, Malacanth could very well be the big baddie of next year. We just don't know, so. So we've had dragons, we've had vampires, we've had... Is Ash Pit, that's right, yeah. So, my question is, what could possibly be next? An invasion from another continent, perhaps? Maybe an Akaviri invasion, maybe? That could be interesting.
The Shadow Scale's remains are destroyed, and we are triumphant. Thank you, valiant traveler. I could not have finished this task without your help.
That would be nice. I mean, we won't ever go to Akavir, unfortunately. They said in an interview they don't have plans to go to other continents anytime soon. But they could definitely do another Akaviri invasion. Will the spirits of the Shadow Scales be safe now?
Indeed. Your actions ensured those remains can no longer be exploited. I am sure were their spirits still present, they would thank you for your efforts. Allow me to extend a more tangible gratitude here for your help. Before we part, allow me to offer you some wisdom. Remember, as you journey through life, all things must pass in order to begin again. Knowing this simple fact eases pain and suffering. Learn to let go, and what was lost will be reborn.
What's next for you?
I will carry on, as is my purpose as a Niswo. I cannot say for sure where this responsibility will take me next, but change is the only thing that is guaranteed. Whatever path I walk next will be different from the one I walk now.
I wish you luck.
And to you as well. I cannot say where my responsibilities will take me, but I do hope that one day they bring me to you again. It has been a great pleasure. Sithis the Changer is honored today, and the cycle continues.
Alright, that's a quest completed. Woo! We gotta go turn in one other quest to Nocturnal, and then we can go and work on the main quest again. Sploosh. Luckily there's a way shrine right here that we can use. Oh, hey, it's one of the Blackfeather Court.
Hello, what's this?
We will do this eventually, I promise. Just not right in this minute. I'm gonna do all the. I'll probably do all the delves in like one dedicated episode, or I'll do the delves in one of the public dungeons or something. But I'm not in a rush to do the delves right this minute. Like if I get a quest that goes through there, I'll do the delve. But I'm not in a rush to do it right this minute. Return to the Shrine of Nocturnal.
Eat it, eat it, eat it.
What the heck is this?
You just ate a bowl of tree sap. Oh, gross. Are you all right? It was a joke.
That doesn't look like a joke. Nice work, you turned him into an Argonian behemoth, you idiot. See, no, he's not alright. What was your first guess? By the fact that he started growing, or by the fact that he bit the other guy's head off?
What do you make of this?
Let us approach the Shrine of Nocturnal.
You return to me at last. The faithless wanderer succeeds where my servants fail. Once again, the fruits of devotion prove inferior to the benefits of skill. Claim your reward from Malona, mortal. You find favor in the shadows.
So I'm now neutral with Nocturnal. She's no longer pissed at me anymore.
So, did you just return the Shade Sickle? Is my lady appeased?
Yes, I returned the Sage Sickle to Nocturnal.
Oh, thank goodness that's over. Now that Nocturnal has the sickle, maybe she'll show me mercy. What about the necromancer Tuma Mazath?
Yeah, she's dead.
I didn't think he would willingly part with a relic. Good. The sickle should never be used in a necromancer's ritual. I'll make sure it's well hidden next time. No thief will ever claim it again. Speaking of which, are my friends all right?
I was able to convince both of them to choose a new life.
That's a relief. Gio and Dareen are good people. I know they are. Hopefully we can all put this behind us.
So you think that this will be enough to repair your standing with Nocturnal?
Maybe. I hope so. Whether my friends and I will ever be able to move past all this, that's another matter. Here's your reward. Without your help, well, there's no telling what my lady is capable of. Thank you, and may the shadows guide you. I can't thank you enough. Nocturnal is wise and powerful, but in her realm of Evergloam, forgiveness is in very short supply.
So you're really going to stay with Nocturnal even though she threatened to torture you?
Of course. The failure was mine. I earned whatever rebuke my lady had planned for me. Faith isn't a matter of convenience, my friend. My lady is unfathomable, powerful, eternal. I will follow her wisdom, whatever the cost.
Cuckoo.
Hit the trail.
Do 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 do. Look, there is a bear. Do 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 do. There's an imps too. And look, it's a gazelle. It's an antelope, actually. I was gonna say gazelle, but no, it's an antelope. Oh, there's the way shrine. My best friend.
are as alive, fickle, and uncertain as people. Some are good, some are bad. Some give you gifts, others rob you
We
blind.
must hurry, Bastion. We'll run past my home real quick and say, hi, home. I love you, home. Well, this doesn't look good.
Get those doors open. We need to get to the counselors.
Ah, what have you
Barred from
done?
the other side. Mercenary, you've returned. Everly's attempting to breach the barracks. Go.
I'm on my way.
Steady. Wait for it.
She's a really good
Now
shot.
we can go in. Let's... Oh, you're here. Oh, thank Ifra you're back. Captain Rian and I... They tricked us. Lured us out of the castle. Now the place is locked down and I don't know if any of the counselors are still alive. I've mucked this up real good.
Counselor Vindixia is behind everything. He's the high priest of the Order of Waking Flames.
Vandacia? That traitor! He tricked us! Lied to us! Had his own colleagues murdered! And all to get his hands on a few Daedric weapons? But Lyrinth, the Dremora, she told me that the fate of the world was at stake. We need to reach the counselors.
Does this door lead into the castle?
Yes, the barracks connect to the rest of the castle. Since I dispatched the cultist guards, we can get to the counselors and the legates this way. Let's go, but stay alert. We're not sure how many of those cracked acorns are waiting for us in there.
Oh, the castle's on fire. That's not good.
Hurry! We need to reach the counselors.
Taste our steel!
I can't believe Vandacia fooled us. Or that he's in charge of these fanatics. Eat arrows, you rotters!
Vandacia, how could you?
Valeria, with everything at stake, how could I not?
Counselor Valeria! No!
She's dead. The Waking Flame will pay for this day.
Baragon? When did you get here?
I came as soon as word arrived from Councillor Leviticus. I was with him when the cultists attacked, but we got separated.
You okay, Baragon?
We have to find Leviticus.
I knew things were tense, but I didn't think a war would break out the moment I reached the castle. The cultists spilled out of portals like ants erupting from anthills. It was all I could do to get out of the way and reach a place of safety.
At least you're alright, Baragon. It's good to see you.
And you as well. I arrived as quickly as I could, but even then I was too late to do more than glance at the coded documents. You should hurry, though. Vandacia went after Councillor Leviticus, and he had murder in his eyes. Take my sister and go.
Very well, Baragon.
Come on, we don't have time to talk to my brother right now. We need to find Councillor Leviticus. If he's still alive, we need to do everything possible to keep him that way. If he's not, then Vandacia has to pay.
Hey Joe, welcome to the stream. Shouldn't we find out what your brother knows?
My brother will fill us in after we save Councillor Leviticus and whoever else is still alive in the castle. And don't worry about Baragon. He can take care of himself.
You missed one of the Imperial Counselors turning out to be the High Priest of the Waking Flame, Joe, and has launched an attack upon Leyland Castle to kill the rest of the Chancellors. So we're desperately trying to save which Chancellors are still alive at this point. Meanwhile, the demonic chicken is probably plotting our downfall even now. Whoa. That was rude.
Come on.
Evilly, stop getting in my way.
Councillor Valeria. Dead. We have to keep looking for Leviticus.
I'm sure it's not good for her to have lightning sitting on her, but you know. Kick open the doors. I guess push the doors open instead then. Never mind.
Vandacia, you traitor.
I will finish what the Longhouse Emperor started, Leviticus. I will set loose the power of the four ambitions. Lord Dagon, hear your high priest. Send forth a champion to destroy these places.
Don't worry about me. Deal with that creature. Councillor Leviticus, you're alive.
I'm sorry,
Let
that
me
was a
get you out of here
champion?
and somewhere safe.
Vandacia, the bastard fooled us all.
Go, I'll cover you.
We won't let Councillor Vandacia get away with this. He has to answer for those murders, and we can't let him and his cult get the ambitions. Come on.
Friend of my sister, come, speak with me.
Sure thing, Baragon.
Now that we're out of immediate danger, I will say it is good to see you again. I only wish it was under better circumstances. I have good news, however. I deciphered the code in the documents you recovered.
Did the documents tell you where to find the four ambitions?
I'm not sure. I only translated a small bit of the code before the assault began. It mentioned a vault to protect them, which I assumed to mean the ambitions. It's hidden in the Ogel Bok, but I'm not familiar with the term.
Ogel Bok?
Argonian, perhaps? It sounds like it, but I'm not sure. I haven't reported to Councillor Leviticus yet. Since it looks like he wants to talk to you now, please inform him of my findings. And tell him I apologize I wasn't able to decipher anymore.
I'll talk to the Council Leviticus now.
Let Councillor Leviticus know what I deciphered from the coded document. That the vault that protects them is hidden in the Ogel Bok. I wish I had been able to finish translating all the documents before Vandacia stole them.
It's good to see you again, Baragon.
And you as well, my friend. Thank you for continuing to assist my sister. I know she can handle herself, but That doesn't mean I don't worry about her.
Why didn't Vendicia try to kill you too?
I imagine he didn't think I had time to decipher any of the coded passages. I barely had a moment to look at the documents when the portals opened and his cultists burst in. Luckily, I'm very familiar with that particular code. It was my specialty.
We can't tempt you to come with us to find the vault?
Alas, my adventuring days are long past. I'm much more comfortable these days with a quill and ink instead of a sword and shield. I'll stick around and ask if Councillor Leviticus requires any more of my services, though. As long as I'm here.
Alright.
I heard what Baragon told you. Ogel Bok. I never heard of it either, but my brother sure picked a terrible time to admit that with all his vast knowledge, he doesn't know the word we need the most. Hey, Councillor Leviticus wants to talk to you.
Yeah, I know. Well, we know that anybody who's done Murkmire, which is me, knows that Ogel means outsider.
Vandacia, a high priest of Mehrunes Dagon. Has he been a Daedric cultist all these years? I failed to see the signs, and now the counselors. They're all dead. Valeria, Sophis, Eivor, and Jireh.
Vendicia tricked us all. I only learned the truth after events at the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary.
Yes, of course. The Sanctuary. I suppose this proves the Dark Brotherhood wasn't involved in the plot to murder us. What else did you uncover while you were away?
Vendicia is the cult's high priest, and they know the location of one of the ambitions.
It's worse than that. Vandacia wrestled the documents you acquired from the other counselors away from the scribe. Once he translates them, he may know the location of all 4 of the ambitions.
Baragon translated a portion. It mentions the Ogel bark, but he doesn't know that word.
Ogel bark? I've heard that term. It's Argonian. I believe it refers to a natural formation deep in the Blackwood Marsh. But Vandacia was more familiar with that region than I.
You know someone who can help us locate the hidden vault?
If the term leads us to the vault, so be it. All we can do is follow the clues we've been given. Talk to Keshu the Blackfin. If anyone can help us navigate the wilds of Blackwood, it's Governor Keshu.
Alright, we're gonna go see Governor Keshu, the Blackfin. Alright, let's go. We're on another whirlwind adventure. So how are you today, Joe? I understand that. I was doing some grinding myself this morning before I went and got some stuff for lunch. I had ham sandwiches for lunch today. Oh wait, I was supposed to talk to Evilly Sharp Arrow first. Darn it. I have to go all the way back to Leowin now.
believe Vandacia is a traitor and a cult leader. And he killed Valeria. Almost killed Leviticus. He's been ahead of us the entire time. We can't let him get to the ambitions. We just can't.
Counselor Leviticus recommends we go to Gideon and ask Keshu about the term Ojel Barak.
Alright, we have a plan. In the meantime, we saved Counselor Leviticus, cleared the Dark Brotherhood of the murders, and determined Vandacia is the traitor and leader of the cult. You did good, my friend. Here, your share of our compensation. So, the information from the former counselors points to an Argonian location. Someplace called the Ojel Bok. Vandacia ran off with the documents before we could learn more. Now we need to figure out what it means before his cultists beat us to it.
We don't know what Ojel Bok means or how to find it.
No, but Counselor Leviticus has heard the term. Says it's a landmark in the Solzan territory. The document suggested it's a site connected to the Four Ambitions. Maybe where the weapons are stored? We need to consult with an expert on that region.
Do we know an expert?
Governor Keshu of Gideon. Counselor Leviticus says she knows the swamps and bogs of Black Marsh like the back of her hand. So, can I count on you? Will you come with me to Gideon to talk to Keshu the Blackfin?
I'll go with you to Gideon to talk to Governor Keshu.
We'll meet up in Gideon. We can talk to Governor Keshu there. She has to know about this Ojel Bok thing. She has to.
What can you tell me about Keshu?
Just what I've heard. She emerged from the Black Marsh swamps and made a name for herself as a freedom fighter. Battled Dark Elf slavers along the Morrowind border. When the Akaviri invaders arrived, she took her soldiers and helped save Windhell.
When did that happen?
About 10 years ago now. Defeated the invasion and helped form the Ebonheart Pact. Even commanded the Pact army during the start of the Three Banners War. Then one day she turned in her commission. Came back to serve as Governor of Gideon.
Anything else I should know?
Keshu's progressive as far as Argonians go. I hear she has an interest in the history of the Argonians, but she genuinely seems committed to creating an open and enlightened community for all people in Gideon. Actually, I can't wait to talk to her.
What do you know about Gideon?
What did the spinners say? Oh yes, it's one of the 8 major cities of Black Marsh, but its proximity to Cyrodiil makes it more imperial than Argonian. In fact, Vandacia represented the Empire in Gideon for decades. Until, well, you know.
So was Vandacia in charge of the city before he revealed his connection to the cult?
No, more of an advisor of sorts. Like the counselors here in Leowyn. Governor Keshu is the leader of the city. When Vandacia revealed himself to be the head of a Daedric cult, well, that pretty much put an end to his government service.
Were you surprised by Vandicia's treachery?
Now that you mention it, very much so. He was a member of the Elder Council. His name was on the list of people that knew Leovic's secret. I thought I was supposed to protect him, keep him safe from the murderer. But he was the murderer.
Where is Vandacia now?
After he killed Valeria and grabbed the coded documents, he ran. He could be anywhere. He's had decades to establish the Waking Flame and set up hiding holes. But he's after the ambitions, same as us. We need to find the hidden vault before he does.
Alright, so we're heading out now. I think he's supposed to, but when I was in Murkmire, it was suggested my character may not have learned Old Argonian. Because there's words like Biko and Ojil that he didn't know. There are a lot of Argonians that were born in Morrowind that you know, they were slaves and they don't know all the Argonian culture stuff because they were raised on plantations and not in, you know, villages in Blackwood or, you know, Blackmarsh.
Say you haven't seen me.
Vondacia, a cultist. Gideon will help in any way we can. Thank you, Governor. Ah, here's my partner now.
Keshu.
Counselor Vondacia, a traitor and a Daedric cultist. I can't believe he had us all fooled for so many years. But that's a matter for another time. Evely tells me you have a lead for finding these so-called ambitions.
A deciphered document claims the vault is in the Ojel Bach. Do you know where that is?
Counselor Leviticus was right to send you to me. In Argonian, Ojel Bach roughly translates as Pit of the Outsider. There is a natural formation to the south that bears the name. Unfortunately, it lies in territory claimed by the Sulzan tribe.
The Sulzan tribe? Are they going to be a problem?
The Sulzan are a savage people, Nagas, who revere the forces of death and chaos. You must traverse their land to reach the Pit of the Outsider. The Nagas recognize no authority other than themselves and their leaders. They do not welcome visitors.
We understand. Where's this Pit of the Outsider?
South of Stone Wastes, in the heart of Sulzan territory. I suggest caution and stealth. Try to avoid starting a war with the tribe if you can at all help it. Bring whatever you find back here. Gideon will keep it safe, I assure you.
Evely and I will head out immediately.
Ojel Bach, the Pit of the Outsider. It's a natural formation located south of Stone Wastes. Just proceed carefully, as it lies in the heart of Sulzan territory. I suggest you meet Evely on the outskirts of their territory and go from there.
How long have you been the governor of Gideon?
After many years of fighting, including my time as the commander of the Pact forces in the Three Banners War, I decided I had enough. Shortly after I arrived in Gideon, the governorship became available. It is my honor to serve this city.
So is Gideon part of the Ebonheart Pact?
No. Blackwood and the Topal Bay region remain independent entities. We have a trade agreement with Leowin, but otherwise we're on our own. We hope the war stays to the north and west. Moreover, we hope it ends quickly.
You have no idea that Vondacia was the leader of the Daedric cult?
No. He served the Longhouse Emperors from the day they seized the Ruby Throne, eventually becoming a member of the Elder Council. Since the collapse of the Empire, he has been a trusted advisor, both here and in Leowin. This news is a shock.
Do you know anything about the Order of the Waking Flame?
Only what young Evely was telling me before you arrived. I never heard of them before today. I will, however, get my best Blackfin Legionnaires to investigate them. Vondacia has lived in Gideon a long time. Someone here must know something.
What else can you tell us about the Sulzan?
The Sulzan are brutal. They sacrifice their enemies to the dark forces they serve, and their thirst for blood knows no bounds. That is why I urge caution. As you make your way through their territory, they will show you neither kindness nor mercy.
So basically I'm going to have to kill them. Okay.
Let's ride.
So they have a different look to them. So the Saxhleel are more traditional lizard-like, while the Nagas are kind of more snake-like. Oh hey.
If I find you, it's you. It's actually you. My friend said you were a story, a myth, but here you are. It is you, right? The hero of Tamriel? The slayer from the legends. It has to be. You look just like the paintings.
Can I help you?
Can you help me? A famed warrior is asking if I need help. This is what I've always dreamed of. I, don't have any dangerous things going on right now, but I'm sure I could find myself some trouble to get into if you'd want.
I didn't say that.
No, it's all right. Listen, what would you rather fight? A pack of lions? Perhaps a vicious troll? I'm sure I could find one nearby. Oh, it should be more than one. Let's give the bards a good song. How does a dozen trolls sound?
Okay, so should we say that's not a good idea, or yeah, sure, you go and do that? This is a terrible idea. That's not a good idea.
You're right. Trolls aren't enough for a legendary hero. We need something bigger, more menacing. Oh, I heard about these weird cultists. The Order of the Waking Flame. You can rescue me from the cultists. Oh, how exciting!
Please don't.
This is going to be great. Just wait until I tell all my friends back in Bravo.
And we won't see him again for a while. He doesn't show back up for a while. You can go to all the Waking Flame camps you want, and he's not at a single one of them. So you can't actually rescue him from the cultists. Let's see, this is where we did the quest with Stibbons and Lady Laurent last time. Trying to find my way back to the road. Here we go. Oh, there's one of the Alien wells. Let's stop and grab that while we're passing.
To arms!
Well, let's go help out the people of Stone Waste since we're here.
Hello, stranger. I wish I could offer hospitality or even some sap from our hist. But perhaps you have lucky timing. You can see that our village has crashed upon some rough rocks. We won't survive much longer without a strong hand to aid us.
What's troubling you?
A total silneck of a warlord called Nazosa moved his people into our ruins nearby. They raid the village for supplies, but we don't have any defenses. In times past, Stone Wastes was protected by the Four Winds. But they went their separate ways.
Where did they go?
After a big argument, they disbanded. 3 moved to the outskirts of the village, and 1 stayed. She died during a raid by Nazosa's people. We need the winds to come back together. Can you talk to them? Convince them to return, and
I'll convince the remaining winds to join forces and remove Nexhosa. Or Nexhosa.
Good, good. Slivers of bright sun might poke through this storm with your help. Let's start with Elosi, the sudden gust. She lives on the outskirts of town in a hut to the northwest. I should join you so that she doesn't kill you on sight.
Can you tell me more about these 4 winds?
Of course. Makes sense you would want to know more. The 4 winds have always wandered this region, defending villages from bandits and such. Ever since our ancestors erected the first hut, 4 warriors with unique skills have roamed the marsh.
They live forever?
No, no. When the wind dies, the title passes to another of their choosing. There is a big celebration with drinks and dancing. And little bonding, if you understand. We treasure the 4 winds. I do not know why they abandoned us.
Can you tell me more about the living winds?
Well, I already mentioned Elosi, the sudden gust. She glides upon her prey better than the quietest hackwing. Then there is Mirta, the Zephyr Eternal, a practitioner of old Argonian magics.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Not very sociable, so do not let him get to you.
And the others?
Otumira, the unrelenting gale. Stronger than an ox and tougher than a Hajmota. Fun at parties, too. A much nimbler dancer than you would expect. Then there was Satulsa, the steady breath. The only one to stay here and protect us. But no more.
How did Saltasa die?
When those bandits first came to raid our village, she fought them off easily. We thought that was the end of it. But soon they returned. And something had changed. They cut her down like a rotted tree. We have not been free of them since.
What can you tell me about these bandits?
As a guess, I would say they are Lutilio, sharp-eyed people. A petty tribe who revel in preying on other Argonians. They build nothing, but have no problem leeching off others to survive. May their spirits never find dirt.
What about the warlord Nexhosa?
Oh, he is a vicious, cackling hyena. The first time I saw him, I swear, his eyes were as black as a well. Quick with a blade, too. He made the first blow when Satulsa fell. I will never forget his laugh as she bled. Like I said, a total Zilnek.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I used to be the local blacksmith. I do good work, nothing special. But it keeps the village doors from falling off and the tools sharp. Since Nazosa, though, all I can do is patch up the injured after a raid. There is nothing left to smith.
Have you considered fighting back yourself?
Of course I have, Ojel. Do you think I can see the wreckage of my village and not feel a fire in my gut? But I am no warrior. I am a smith. It is good to know who you are, even if it brings limitations. I'll follow right along behind you. Here's Here's Elosie's hut. She may not be home, but let's check just in case. It doesn't look like she's home. Let's see if we can figure out where she went. Nowhere to be seen. But all her belongings look like she was just here. You know, a less confident Argonian might start to take this personally.
Do you have any idea where she might be then?
Not off the top of my head, but she can't be too far. It looks like she was just preparing a meal here, so perhaps she went looking for herbs? Let's search around. I think I know a spot.
Lead the way. No need, apparently.
Ah, Elosie, we weren't doing anything.
You bring a stranger into my home, Noozle? An outsider entering my home unbidden seeks death. You only live because the annoying blacksmith who joins you is familiar to me. But this pause is a temporary state. Speak then. What is so urgent that you would break into my home?
The village needs your help. Bandits have taken everything they own.
Distressing news. It seems my great fear has come to pass. Where then is Satul Sa? She would never leave the villages undefended. Even once we decided our time was at an end, she insisted on staying.
A warlord named Nexhosa killed her. The village is undefended.
Dead? Satul Sa? She was the smartest and wisest of us all. This is impossible. And yet, since Noozle brought you, it must be true. The consequences of my selfish choice meant the death of my dear friend. Such a bitter lesson.
So will you help then?
You shall have my aid, if you perform a simple task. When I retired, I buried my blades deep in the ground. Go north to the ruins, retrieve them for me so that I may avenge Satul Sa. Be warned, as I made certain they are well protected.
I understand.
My daggers represented a life I thought I left behind. If you are serious about my help, find them, bring them back, and I will become the Sudden Gust once more.
Why did you give up the daggers?
You asked to hear a long tale, one that I do not wish to tell, and may not have the right to tell. Be satisfied with this. A tree is not merely its trunk or branches or roots. It is also its seed. And so a tree without seeds is nothing at all.
It seems the village still has need of you, though.
Indeed. So it does. I may have failed it, but I cannot change the past. I can, however, change its future. With my weapons, I can fight this Nezosa and defend the stone wastes once more.
Very well. I shall retrieve your daggers. For I, too, am Saxleel.
I'll be right by your side. These ruins look uninviting. Let's be careful. Well, a cache of daggers in the ruins. They must be Elosie's.
So, you have skills. Even if you did let me sneak up on you. Let's speak. Your test is complete, and with barely a scale out of place. Impressive. Do you like my blades? The hilt is Kakuti bone, and Mirta himself enchanted them. Back when I could tolerate the withered toad.
Will you use them to aid the village?
Of course I will. I was always going to. but I needed to see if you could fight by my side. Also, I wanted to finish my meal.
Lazy.
I will meet you in the village center, unless you need something more from me.
We want to find the other winds. Do you know where they are?
I see. You wish to bring us all back together. Well, a promise was made, and I will keep it. Go southeast to find the dingy hovel where Myrta resides. Look beneath the dirt and rock, and you'll find him. Just don't tell him I sent you.
Alright. To the next wind. Myrta? I wonder if I'm saying that name right. Myrta. Myrta? Myrta. Maybe. Alright, what do we anchor? It's a strangler.
These ruins, like nothing I've seen. Perhaps more in the ruins. Do these runes have the same derivation? Maybe if I replace... Wait. What? Who are you? Why are you interrupting me? Leave here immediately! Oh, he brought that dusty blacksmith from the village? You must need something.
Bandits threaten the stone wastes. Suthasal is dead. We request your help.
That sounds like a whole bunch of not my business. Can't you see I am busy with my studies here? I don't have time to involve myself in the toils of others. Satu Sa brought this on herself. Had she any sense of reason, she'd be alive.
The village needs you. They'll be overrun without aid.
Was I not clear? Have Nixads stolen my tongue? I said, be gone! Whatever their troubles are, I'm sure it looks much worse to you than it really is. My work, however, could change history. Go!
At least tell us where to find Ultimi Ra.
Ka ka ka! You're seeking help from that drunken lout? You'd be better off on your own than with him. But if it gets you out of my scales, you can find him on the southwest edge of the forest near the cliffside. I trust you'll be disappointed.
We'll look for him.
So far, only half successful. Let's go find Otumi Ra's hut.
Yeah, no, he's a bit of a jerk, but it seems like all of the big mages of this world get really, really snotty with people. Hey, can you hear me?
No knives. Have you shouted? Satulsa.
Yes, we came about Sultasal. Wake up.
No mud puddles for you, sir. Chaos.
And he's clearly in no shape to help.
No response. I suppose Myrta was right. This is the worst I have ever seen Otumi Ra get. Maybe this is what happens when the life of the party no longer has something to celebrate. Let us see. Wait. I I have an idea on how to snap him out of it.
What are you thinking?
Briar that grows out this way might help. The seed is inedible and it smells awful, especially to Argonians. If we get a couple of those, the smell will overwhelm him and wake him up. If anything is going to work, that will.
Sounds good. Where do we find them?
I seem to remember a field of waking seeds grows to the east of here. Gather a handful, then come back. I will keep an eye on this hero of legends in the meantime. I should warn you, some creatures are attracted to the smell. Keep your scales moist.
Giant bloated evil ticks. Ugh. Creeps me out so much.
Let's go!
Back. There's no change.
Did anybody else just see him just suddenly fall over when we ran up?
Okay, I can already smell them on you. Do not even need to ask. Put them right up to Otumira's nose. Let him get a big old whiff. Hopefully that snaps him right out.
What if this doesn't work?
Well, the only plan I have next is gathering more seeds and shoving them right up his snout. He does not have a choice. Our village needs his help.
That is awful. Oh, what? Who are you? Oh, what horrific stench of dead mules and fried dung have you thrust upon me? All I wish is a gentle slumber under the open skies and upon the mud. Does not a retired fighter for peace deserve such rest? Speak, brigand!
I come on behalf of the village. Sothasala is dead, and they're under attack.
No, my greatest friend, and I hoped one day my mate, if you would ever agree. Dead? How can I bear such enormous tragedy as this? Lay the facts under the stone, stranger. Who has earned my unyielding, roiling anger?
My unyielding, roiling anger. That's a picture for you. A warlord named Noxhosa raids the village and kills its people. They need your help.
A battle against murderers and thieves. These are the types of trials I live for. Or at least I used to. I imagine you and the blacksmith wish to join my struggle for freedom and revenge. Join me. I must celebrate, my friend, and test your mettle.
Lead on.
Join me inside. We'll see what you're made of.
Sounds slightly less intimidating than he probably thinks it does. I'll try morale you might cover at egg spawn. 40 drinks couldn't put me down. You'll have to do better than that. I am the type that paces herself when drinking, so this swill from the north that you tried to serve me won't put me under because I'm every bit as strong as you. Haha, but don't take this the wrong way. I will miss our days of adventure and heroics. Me, silent as a shadow, you strong as a tree. Mirta, smart as the ancients, and Sutha Shah as wise as the gods. I will miss them.
By joining me, you choose to engage in the challenge of my choice. Only through completing this test of your endurance and stamina shall I know your worth as a warrior. Do you believe yourself prepared?
If it means you'll join us, I am ready.
Oh, yes. I can sense that raging fire in your stout heart. I suspect you have slain many a foe in your travels. But if we are to go into battle together, I must put a fire in your belly as well. And so, we're going to do a drinking contest.
You guys to challenge me to drink alcohol?
What else? Show me that you hold the same strong will that makes for the greatest of warriors. Oh, chum, we shall see if you can withstand the greatest of Argonian ales and wines. Plus, this should help numb the rodents gnawing in my head.
Rodents gnawing in my head. I accept. How shall we begin?
The drinks are in front of me. You may choose what we drink. Be warned, mixing Argonian spirits can fell the stoutest outsider. If you do not believe yourself up to the task, you may leave now. I will call you many rude names as you flee, though.
I will call you many rude names as you flee, though. Let's do this.
Now choose a drink and get started.
A perfect drink. From the journals of Otum Ra. Throughout my travels, I've come across a great many libations from both large villages and the humblest of farms. Now that I have had time to reflect on my life, the things I have experienced, finding the perfect drink seems to be a peaceful way to live out to my twilight years. A sharp contrast going from warrior to brewer. I've made some mistakes in my experiments, though. Brewing and testing some of the ingredients together has made some unpredictable results. I found, for example, that for as silky and smooth as the gold root wine is, I find myself quite sick if I drink it before anything else, or anything unless I have the red absinthe before it, which seems to cancel out the effects. But I can't drink that unless I have something substantial in my stomach first, such as a handful of berries or a hock of meat. Anything to absorb the effects. Recently, I've had some success at brewing a honey mead, which I combine with a set of herbs from my garden to give it a nice greenish hue. It's perfect for finishing off a night after I've already eaten and had my fill. Sitting out and looking over the valley below with a mug in my hand, this is a life I never thought I would get to have for myself. Growing my own ingredients has been a boon to my work. That said, foraging for wild berries and roots has had its own benefit as well. Although it still needs some work, my berry ale benefits from the wild flavors. Each batch is different depending on what I can find, but it always has the same thick, syrupy consistency. Like you could almost eat it rather than drink it. Having it during the day leaves room for little else, so I will make it in small batches to be sure, which is good since I'm relying on the flora outside for ingredients. I do miss the life of adventure, and I shared with the rest of the winds, there's no question, but perhaps through my work here I can find something new to share with them, while we enjoy our remaining years in relative peace and calm. I just hope to be mindful of how the drinks will go with one another, lest I find myself in an unintentional stupor once again. Okay, so we're going to start with the green drink. That was the wrong one, oops. No, it's the blue one first.
My gullet feels no pain.
Okay, the blue one, then the red one.
Bitter, isn't it? I make that myself. Whatever I find around the hut.
Then the gold one.
Ha! Oh, I thought you'd fall to the ground like good noozle after that one. One more.
The green one.
The final one, and still you stand. A will made of true iron you must have. Come, let's speak. Impressive. Such strength, such power, such a stomach. I did not know they made outsiders who could stand against the might of Argonian ale. Would you like to continue? Not as part of the test, just for a wonderful time.
No, thank you. This means you will join us.
Of course. I was always going to. This test was just to see if I would allow you to join me, or cut you down for waking me up. But you passed. Let us link arms and bring the fight to those who slew my dear Satulsa.
Good. There's 2 of the 3 remaining wins. Hopefully that's enough.
2 of the 3? Let me guess. Mirta refused.
That's right. How'd you know?
Do not be fooled. He has a good soul, but his mood is as legendary as my strength.
His mood is...
Take my banner and place it on the cliff above my hut. He won't be able to stand knowing I'm going into a fight that he isn't. So don't worry. He'll be there. Have no fear for the blacksmith. Some waking seeds shall fix him up.
Because he didn't want us to interrupt his research. Yeah, he was being an absolute arsehole and just said, my studying is more important.
That's it. Are you hurt?
Day after day.
Whole lot of not my problem. Yeah, exactly.
It is good to see you. At least I think that is you. I could be having ale visions again. Anyway, you have done it. The winds have reunited, ready for battle. Because you convinced them. Well, 2 of them, at least.
What's their plan?
Well, as Otumira carried me back to the village, we started discussing you. And how strong, courageous, and wise you are. And attractive, too. Did I mention that?
What are you getting at?
We hoped you might join their assault on the ruins. Help drive out Nazosa and his dry-scaled thugs. There needs to be a 4th wind. That's what the legend tells us. If you join them with this, they cannot fail. Plus, I will pay you more.
I'll join them. When do we start?
Lead the charge when you are ready, outsider. The winds will be at your back.
Let's take care of Naxosa.
Once again, I fight by your side, Otumira. My scales have itched for this moment.
Let your blades sing their horrible song, Elosi. I delight in the tune.
We are under attack! Those damn villagers
my friend,
think they can
up
take
here!
us.
I have need of you.
Hold the line, you cowards!
Oh, I can feel the power surging in me once again.
Yes, I dropped the I put the banner down.
Do you think you can help me with this thing? In my youth, I could topple 3 such pillars.
At least I'm pretty sure I did.
But all things age, even me.
Why did you want to push this over?
Why does anyone want to push anything over? To smash stuff, of course. You outsiders ask such ridiculous questions. I want the catapults below in splinters. So yes, I can push this most of the way. I just need your extra shove to finish the task.
I can help. Get ready.
Oh, I was hatched ready, you hilarious Deek Miko. Here we go.
I'm pretty sure I put it down. Now you got me questioning myself.
A crushing like none other. Now hurry, seek out Nazosa.
Psst, outsider, over here, quickly. Look, up above us. Prisoners from the village get forsaken detained. How many of them are thought dead, never to return home? I can release them, but I'll need your help.
What do you need from me?
You see those pulleys up there? They control the cell doors. I can cut them, but someone needs to open the grate in front of them. Under the southwest tree, you'll find a crank. Turning it will open the grate. Then, I can free them.
It's pretty high up. Can you get up there?
Huh. Don't worry. This I can manage. Just open the grate for me, so I can work.
I'll get it open.
Once you turn the crank, I can reach the other, and the cell should unlock.
We're free. I never thought to see the day. Thank you.
shattered Zonmir discovered.
Finally you show. Boss, I have need of you.
See, he's here, yeah, I did put it down. Otherwise he wouldn't be here.
Perhaps you are surprised to see me here ahead of you? Mirta has many secret abilities that baffle the unlearned. But you reached this far on your own, so I am impressed. I would ask your assistance in my attempts to clean out our guests.
I thought you weren't joining us.
Oh, please. You knew I would show the moment you placed that banner. Did you really think I'd let Otumi Ra revel in all the glory by himself? Rubbish. He knows that he's useless without me here.
What are you doing?
I think I know how Nazosa killed Satur Sa. Do you see these weapons? Some mammal liquor enchanted them. With these, a handful of lymph fins could fell the strongest of warriors. This is how they killed Satur Sa, and mean to kill the other winds.
How can we stop them?
We destroy them, of course, but I need the binding word for the enchantment. I refuse to leave these weapons alone, so you need to retrieve it. There's a library of sorts just to the east. Search through the books in there, and you should find it.
Alrighty.
Look for a scroll that was recently manhandled by brutes.
He's so rude. I'll take a mail-in. We got it.
I should have come down here more often when I lived in the village. These tomes are out of date, certainly, but an interesting history. Well, I suppose we're in a battle and shouldn't delay. Did you find the binding word?
Yes, here. I believe that this is it.
Ah, astute. There is hope for you yet. I'll make sure these weapons trouble us no more. Now we can land the final blow, and the warlord won't have a counter.
What do you suggest?
Remove his symbol of authority. Walk into his chambers and pull down his banners. That way, his troops will know he is broken. If they don't outright turn on themselves, they'll likely steal what they can and flee. Hired hands are fickle. Now then, let me see what I can do with these.
We earned what we took everything else. Time to take your
Come and take us. Now you're just showing off.
Yes, retreat, fools.
Everyone for themselves. Grab what you can.
They did it! The bandits flee!
The village belongs to us again. Sing for the winds.
Sun, bless
Here
the
you
wind.
stand, the stranger who drifted through the mud to save us. And to think, I assumed you were a crow come to pick our bones. We can live in peace once again. And the legend of the winds will continue.
Do you think the winds will remain together?
Who can ever guess the wind's direction? But I choose to believe so. We reminded them of their strength when they worked together. I suppose you came for the promised reward. From my claws to my tail, I say this in earnest. You deserve this. I do not think we will have much trouble rebuilding. Plenty of supplies in the marsh. And of course, we have the best blacksmith who ever wallowed to craft our tools. My spine feels electric from all this hope.
What will you do now?
After we rebuild the village and I know we are truly safe, I may start selling my wares in other towns. Go north to Dryskin Lands. I want to be like the winds, traveling around, taking in the sights, living a better life.
Just be careful you don't end up as a slave.
Ah, it's you. I see you made it through relatively unscathed, and you managed to follow my instructions. Twice. I saw the banner burn. Quite the accomplishment for someone who consistently puts themselves on death's threshold.
Okay, this was once your life not too long ago.
Such an upstart bog dog. You know nothing of the journey of Mirta. Yes, I did face death on a frequent basis, but you have seen my power. Nothing can stand tall before me. Also, I had companionship back then. We fought for peace. It was...
What will you do now?
Without delay, I will return to my studies. Now that I know the library within the ruins holds treasures, I expect to spend many days there. However, perhaps I should renew my bonds with the other winds and train someone new. The peace must be kept.
Oh, I stayed away from this life for too long. Solitude is no way to spend my days.
What will you do now?
Come on now. I suspect the knowledge of what I plan lurks within your strange but impressive belly. I will drink. We all will. For many, many nights. Then, perhaps, I will finally choose a student.
How will you do that?
Feats of strength. Or perhaps I will test their knowledge of the most offensive words in Gel. No warrior can ignite their sinew without shouting something horrible. Until then, I know the village is safe.
Okay.
This satisfies me.
One of these days, Joe, I'm going to make a lizard folk fighter based on this guy, and he's going to shout obscenities before he starts attacking.
There are a lot of relieved villagers here, thanks to your efforts. Well done, friend.
What does the future hold for you?
The future? I know of no such thing. Today, I will help the village rebuild. I quite like the hidden life out in the woods, but perhaps it was not the life I was meant to live. The shadows are an absence, but a light brings life.
Alright, and that is, we're done with this area. So we have 33 minutes left, so we're going to go ahead and progress the main quest some more. Depending on how long that was going to take, I might have ended that, but we still got 30 minutes. I think we can get... We probably won't finish the next part of the main quest today, but we'll get started at least. Alright.
Over here. Ready to make our way into hostile territory? We need to find this pit of the outsider, see if the vault is there, and reach the ambitions before the Order of the Waking Flame beats us to them.
Any thoughts on how we should approach this?
Well, you heard Governor Keshu. This is Sulzon territory. We want to avoid contact with this hostile tribe of Argonians if at all possible, but we need to reach the pit of the outsider. Also, I had another one.
Another what?
Another waking vision. Happened when I got here. I think that strange book is trying to tell me something. I saw these weird cubes with symbols on them. Symbols like the ones in the book I'm carrying. I'm not sure what it all means.
What do you want to do, Evilly?
I want to find the vault. With any luck, we're way ahead of Vandacia and his cultists. Maybe we can get in, grab the weapons, and get back to Gideon before anyone even notices that we're around. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Remember to avoid the Sulzan, but keep an eye out for the Waking Flame cultists. I wouldn't be surprised if we run into them before too long. Now, let's go find the Pit of the Outsider.
Do you really think the Waking Flame cultists are here?
They've got to be somewhere. Besides, we don't know exactly what Vandacia learned when he killed the councillors, or what he got out of the documents he stole from Leowin. We have to assume he's on the same trail as we are.
What happens if we can't avoid Sulazan?
Just what you'd expect, I imagine. They are bloodthirsty savages who revere death and chaos, after all. Be ready to fight. That's all I'm saying.
Could the Suzan and the Order of the Waking Flame be working together?
It's possible, I guess. But we haven't seen any evidence of that up to this point. Look, we won't find out any more if we just stand here and talk about it. Let's get going, all right?
You really think the Waking Flame cultists are here?
They've got to be somewhere. Besides, we don't know exactly what Vandacia learned when he killed the councillors, or what he got out of the documents he stole from Leowin. We have to assume he's on the same trail as we are.
What happens if we can't avoid the Sulas? We already asked that. Alright. These are Naga. Well, I was going to show you what a Naga looks like, but then this is what a Naga looks like in Sharper, so you can't really get a good view of them from where their dead body is. But the Naga looks significantly different.
The Lions were in a good mood when they made this place.
Ah, little mortals.
Ah, it's our favorite Daedra.
There you are, little mortal. It seems we once again find ourselves on the trail of the same mystery. I expect we can aid one another in the events that are about to unfold.
Aid one another? What are you proposing, Loranth?
Since we last met, I have been watching the activities of the Order of the Waking Flame. I followed a couple of their scouts to this location and discovered this charming Daedric vault. I believe the ambitions that you seek are locked inside.
You believe? Haven't you gone inside yet?
Unfortunately, the vault is warded like the Imperial annexes. Wards designed to repel Daedra, including me. Remove the wards and open the way, and we will both have our curiosity satisfied. Oh, and about that strange book that the elf carries.
What about the strange book?
When the wood elf and I crossed paths when she first learned of Leovik's secret, I sensed something unusual about her. It's the book she carries. It's an ancient and powerful tome of questionable origin.
Questionable origin? How so?
I believe the book to be the Mysterium Zarxus, a tome penned by Mehrunes Dagon himself. Or so they say. Whatever the truth of its origins, the tome is both powerful and dangerous. Evely must place it on the lectern to disable the wards.
You mentioned cult scouts. What happened to them?
I dealt with one of the scouts. She will not bother anyone again. The other may have slipped away while I was studying the vault's exterior. So I suggest you pick up the pace. The cultists could return in force at any moment.
Alright, we'll try to enter the vault and see what it contains.
Remember, while the wards are in
Hey,
place,
what's up, Kit? How are you
none of us can
doing?
enter the vault.
I'm great.
Use the book the wood elf carries to disable them and open the way. Once the wards are down, I shall meet you inside. Now hurry. The Waking Flame could arrive at any moment.
Do you know where the vault is? How do you know the vault is Daedric?
You cannot see it. The exquisite workmanship. The otherworldly crafting. This vault was not forged by mortal hands. In fact, I believe it was constructed in the lava crucibles of the Deadlands. It was definitely built to contain something powerful.
Welcome to the stream, Kit. Nice, nice. Yeah, I had some sandwiches for lunch earlier myself, and I've got white bean soup cooking in the crock pot. What's your interest in all of this?
Curiosity, little mortal. How else am I to fill the endless
Thank you,
days
I
of
appreciate that.
immortality? I collect secrets, and I long to learn the truth of the Longhouse Emperors and their mysterious bargain with the Prince of Destruction. Now, go deal with those wards.
Why do you need me to remove the words?
Need is such a specific word. I do not need anything, little mortal. I am quite content to find a new distraction and leave your pitiful world to the Prince of Destruction. However, if you do decide to open the vault, I shall aid you as I can.
And why can't you just remove the word and open the door yourself?
The wards not only serve as powerful locks, they are designed to specifically keep Daedric entities such as myself from passing through them. While merely an annoyance for a mortal, to me, the wards are deadly. Enough. The Daedric Vault awaits.
Alright, tell me more about the Mysterium Xerxes.
Daegonists and Dremora familiar with such things say it was scribed in the deserts of the Deadlands. I did some research after I sensed the Wood Elf had it. An artifact of great and evil power, it is said that merely handling it could be dangerous.
Dangerous? In what way?
That I do not know. Artifacts related to Daedric princes often possess a corrupting influence. At the least, she will probably feel a sense of discomfort if she hasn't experienced it already. She should guard it well, but tread carefully.
How do you know the vault is Oh, we already asked that. Okay.
All right, I'm placing the book as Lyrinth suggested. You check out those cues.
Yeah, she really is, and she's one of the best NPCs in the game.
Hey, that did something.
Yeah, pretty much. It's hard to fathom the motivations behind a Daedra. Lyranth has been described as somebody who will reach down to pet a kitten and then turn around and disembowel a dark elf for sneezing too close to her.
Look at this place.
Well done, little mortal. Now I must explore.
And she's gone.
We open the door and Lyrinth just rushes ahead without us? Figures. Well, I guess we should start looking around too. Everything we learned so far indicates that the Daedric weapons should be in here somewhere.
Remind me about the Daedric weapons?
It all comes back to Emperor Leovic's secret. How he hid the four ambitions before Varen reached Imperial City and killed him. We don't know exactly what these four ambitions are, but the documents indicated they're Daedric weapons of some sort.
Yeah, those are all great characters. I also like alchemy as well. Right, and Vidisia and his Order of the Waking Flame cult are seeking them too.
Yup, and Lyrinth thinks they could arrive here at any moment. Let's look around.
Yeah, of course.
Oh hey, one more thing. The book sort of started to tingle the moment we entered the vault. Just thought you should know.
Lyrinth thinks that the book is the Mysterium Xerxes. If so, they may be written by Mirror's Dagon.
The Mysterium what now?
Oh, I did? What kind of crazy fun did I miss in the sewers?
Right now we have a job to do.
Alright, let's go look around.
I want to find out what's so important that Leovic had to stick it in a warded and sealed Daedric vault.
Yes. What happened in sewers last night? Tell me more about the book you're carrying.
I suppose the book started this whole quest. I found it in the Longhouse Emperor's old retreat. It's full of Daedric symbols and strange markings. Carrying it around, it feels like a burden. Heavy, oppressive. And now it's tingling.
Tingling?
It feels like anticipation. Like the book wants to be here or something. Look, I've had some dark dreams since I found the book and those waking visions. But this is the first time, I don't know, like it wants something?
Rand said it may be Mayor's Dagon's book, the Mysterium Xarxes.
Like I didn't have nightmares before I knew that. It's not talking to me, not with words. But I can feel it, like it's waking up. And while I've had similar sensations since I found it, the tingling really became intense when we entered this place.
Alrighty. Exploring the Daedric Vault.
Hey, what happened to the vault?
It looks like we're in the Deadlands, but also in Nirn at the same time.
I am not afraid of you.
Oh gosh, the banter was hilarious. We all got lost a lot. No PvP there. Wait, so there was no PvP at all? Gave us 3 gold and 2 key fragments. That's ridiculous. You guys didn't run into any enemy players? I guess they're all still doing the Elsewhere event. So, did you guys have to take a shot every time somebody died? Because I know you guys, they were joking about last week, but taking a shot every time somebody died.
Are we still inside the vault? This doesn't look like Blackwood to me.
That's over with, I
Nice.
suppose.
Sometimes that's the way you gotta do it. Probably. I would have died of alcohol poisoning. Did Tina get smashed last night? Like drunk or... I know she doesn't normally drink, so... City was hectic chaos. That was a blue Nightblade bomber and 2 tank yellow healers. Were they colluding again?
Uh-oh. Another warded door ahead of us. There's another ward on the door ahead. Ready to see if we can open it?
Do you think that works like the one outside?
Only one way to find out. I'll place the book on the lectern. Then we'll see what happens.
Alright, I'm ready.
Then here we go. The book is really tingling. Get ready to turn the cubes after I place it on the lectern.
I'm ready.
The book. It's almost as though it wants to help us open the door.
Okay.
That did something. Keep going.
That's fair. It's just I've been hearing about a lot about them colluding recently. There was a conspiracy theory that the other 2 factions have been ganging up on our guild every other week. So.
Let's go.
Nice, okay. Alright, so we got to lower this bridge.
Never mind. We need to lower that drawbridge. There must be a lever or a switch around here somewhere. That did it! Now we can get across. Really? Lava and an ominous sky? Oblivion stuff is weird.
Fight? Good.
That's nice. I've been trying to get the story for the Imperial City done for quite a while. I haven't got around to doing it myself, so that sounds fun.
Pretty. Disturbing and terrifying, but pretty.
Too sick to get to the sewer entrance. Oh no. Did you end up dying as a result, or did you manage to get away?
I was wondering where you had gotten to. I need you once again.
Loranth?
Little mortal, I can proceed no farther. Another ward bars my way. Deal with it, will you?
There's another warded door ahead.
Yes, this interior is littered with the damn nuisances. Disrupt it so that we can continue our search. I do not believe we have much time before the Dagonists arrive.
This place certainly feels bigger on the inside than it looked from the outside.
Very perceptive. The construction is imbued with a magic that allows the vault to behave as if it were a small pocket of oblivion. In a way, I suppose it is. Those exterior portions you pass through, that's where the Deadlands and Nirn coexist.
Coexist?
It's all part of Mehrunes Dagon's master plan. He believes Nirn belongs to him, and he has long sought a way to combine his Oblivion realm with the mortal world. Perhaps the ambitions are another step in that direction. Now, open the door.
Opening the door. Disrupt the final ward.
Damn! I'll place the book. You turn the cubes.
You know, I don't even know why they bothered doing this. There's like no actual puzzle here. Like, if they were gonna do word cubes, they should have actually done an actual puzzle cube. Challenge. Where the door will only open once all four of them are in the correct position, and where the quest marker doesn't disappear when you put it in the right position. That was 2,000 Telvar stones. Yeah, I turned around and went back and didn't see anyone, thankfully. That's good. I'm glad you didn't lose 2,000 Telvar stones. That would have sucked.
Down! You did it! Now,
alright.
Let's see what's so important it needed all this protection.
Are you guys ready to find out the secret of the 4 ambitions? Are y'all ready for this? It's been a long time coming.
More dramatic, Destron. More panache.
Kalia, just make sure it actually looks like me this time.
Oh, brother. I always capture the real you.
Talk to Kalia and Destron.
People? Where are the Daedric weapons?
Who are these intruders?
I sense the cultists. They're close. Wood Elf, check the other side of those doors.
Careful, brother. They look dangerous. Dangerous? We're heroes! All right, Lyrinth. I'll scout ahead. You talk to them, partner. I knew I felt something strange. Like glass shattering in the distance. Who are you? And why have you disrupted the wards?
We're here on behalf of Leowyn and Gideon. We're looking for the 4 ambitions.
The 4 ambitions? A curious phrase. Pray tell, what are these 4 ambitions you seek?
We're not exactly sure, but we thought they were Daedric weapons.
Weapons? We have no weapons here. At least none that I'm aware of. Feel free to look around if you like. Perhaps you'll find what you're looking for. Perhaps not.
Perhaps we already found what we're looking for.
Explain yourself. Who are you, and why have you invaded our sanctum?
Yeah, it really was. Yep, I know. We're here on behalf of Leowyn and Gideon. We're here looking for the 4 ambitions.
4 ambitions? As in an earnest desire or something to aspire to? How can an idea such as that also be a thing?
We thought that the ambitions were Daedric weapons, but now I'm not so sure.
Weapons? There are no weapons here. Just my sister Kalia, myself, and our caretakers. Teachers used to visit in the past, and the Emperor. But we haven't seen another living soul in many years. Look around if you must, but then leave us in peace.
Later, Kit. Have a good one.
Destron says my talent has improved.
Yeah, I mean, look at this painting. It looks absolutely amazing. Wait, is that the light of the demonic chicken in the picture? Look at that red spot right there. Is this your doing? Move, Bastion. You're in my way. Is this your doing? Huh? You little balker? You little clucker? Destron's journal. We are twins. We are the Rams. The caretakers tell us that our training, our isolation is almost complete. But still no one comes. We haven't seen any new teachers in many years, and even the Emperor, who used to visit with us often, has been absent since Kalia and I were young. Have we disappointed him in some way? Is he angry with us? Kalia and I continue our studies. We have our activities, but we are lonely. The caretakers are helpful, but they are demanding. They are dreadfully boring. I know Kalia wants to see the outside world, the world outside our sanctum, and I long for adventure and to see the places I've only read about. They tell us that time is almost upon us, but they won't actually tell us what that means. I suppose we can wait a little longer. It's not like we have any other choice. They're the Rams.
Personal thoughts.
They are the Rams, the twin Rams of Mayrus Dagon. Daedric totem.
Interesting. A totem revering Mehrunes Dagon, I believe.
Hey! We've got trouble! I need you!
Alright, hold on guys. I'll handle this.
See to Emily. I shall get Kalia and Destron to safety.
You do that, Loranth.
Vandasia's cultists have arrived. We need a plan.
Damn, Evely. Look at all these dead people.
Portals opened all around me, and suddenly there were cultists everywhere.
You know, old Wood Elf traditions would require her to eat the bodies of all those people she killed. How were they able to portal so deep into the vault?
Well, we did take down all the wards that protected this place. I put arrows in as many of Vandasia's crazies as I could, but the rest of them scattered.
Where did they go?
Deeper into the vault. Damn, this place is enormous. I assume you didn't happen to find the Daedric weapons back in that.
Wasting good food, shame on her. No, just those twins. Alright, let's go see if we can root the cultist.
Where are we going?
Whatever happens, stay close to me.
Touching. Makes me want to.
The waking flame flames the ambitions for Mehrunes Dagon.
Every villain is the hero of their own story. Funny that.
Many occultists have lost their lives upon my lightning.
Stay back. I'm warning you.
Nonsense, child. You are an ambition. The High Priest has great plans for you.
Destron, what should we do?
Exactly what we were trained to.
Damn. Did you see that?
I think we may have found those weapons.
I heard the battle in the Fevered Muse was touch and go. I'm glad you won the day.
They wanted to take us away. Me and my sister, I couldn't let them do that.
That was an impressive display of power.
You think so? When they charged in here and demanded we go with them, I just had a bad feeling. I really didn't mean to obliterate them like that.
Between what I saw and what they said, I'm guessing you and your sister are two of the ambitions.
I'll have to take your word for it. With our sanctum breached and our caretakers dead, we can't stay here. We'll go with you, if that's all right.
We'll get you someplace safe.
Those people, they wanted to take us away.
Do you know what? Did you know your brother could do that?
Yes, but I never saw him unleash that much raw power in a single burst, or against living targets. Obviously, our training has served us well.
Do you have that kind of power as well?
Destron has always been more powerful, but if you're asking if I can defend myself, I won't let anyone take us from here without our permission. Destron and Kalia, the twins. They're the ambitions. Well, at least there are two of them. I have to say, I did not expect the weapons to be people. Whatever. Vandacia and his cult still want to get their hands on them.
What do you suggest?
Obviously, we have to protect them. Get them somewhere safe. Especially since we're the ones who unlocked their vault and gave the cultists a way to get inside.
Where should we take them?
Good question. Leowen is still reeling from the cult's last assault, but Governor Keshu offered to help. I say we take the twins to Gideon. After that, we can figure out how to locate and secure the other two ambitions, whoever they are.
Alright.
And so the secret finally becomes clear. The ambitions aren't just weapons. They are mortals of a sort. Obviously, these two have been imbued with immense power. Power that has a distinct Daedric tinge to it. I have learned enough. For now.
You've learned enough. You're leaving?
The mystery intrigued me. I wanted to know what the ambitions were and why the Dagonist wanted them. Now I know. Or at least now I have some idea.
We could still use your help. There's more to learn, and we still need to stop Vandacia.
Vandacia is a mortal problem, best dealt with by mortals. In the meantime, I wish to look into how these ambitions gain their power. I have my own avenues to explore. But do not fear. I am sure we shall meet again. In fact, I guarantee it.
Alright, well, that is going to be it for this session. I'm going to portal back to Gideon, where we will pick up next time. I want to thank you guys for watching if you did, and I hope to catch you next week as we continue the main quest of the Elder Scrolls Online Blackwood in the Gates of Oblivion DLC. We are now about halfway through the story. Once we finish this quest next week, we will be halfway through the story of Blackwood. So hopefully in the next, we should hopefully finish Blackwood before the launch of the Waking Flame DLC, which is going to be the next 2 dungeons. And I'm going to have to start recruiting people from the guild to run that dungeons with me on stream. So be looking forward to that, and hopefully we'll have a good time running through dungeons again. And then after that, we'll be looking towards the prologue quest of Waking Flame, or not Waking Flame, but for the Deadlands, and of course wrapping up all the dungeons and stuff in Blackwood, and then I can finally get back to Aradon and continue working on Aradon. So, again, I want to thank you for watching. I hope to catch you next time. Have a great evening, everybody. Goodbye.